Warning, the following show will spoil the hell out of George R.R. Martin's A Song of Ice and Fire books and the TV show A Game of Thrones. Also, you're probably going to find a fuck ton of bad language. The explicit tag is there for a reason.
Death and boobies, 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 death and boobies.
Welcome back to the Ironwood Network Book Club. I'm your host, Maester Ironwood. Here with me, as always, is Septa Ironwood. Septa, we're joined by several cats.
We are.
How you doing?
Good.
All right, Septa, what are we here to talk about tonight?
Cersei.
Cersei! Our first dive into the mind of Cersei Lannister.
Yeah.
Boy, isn't it interesting?
I prefer Sansa.
You prefer Sansa's, her flavor of delusion?
Yeah.
Oh, because it comes with a little bit less ego?
Yes, absolutely.
All right, so before Septa hits us up with a synopsis, there's a haiku. She's the last to know, but number one in her mind, Cersei's twist.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Septa. Give us a brief rundown of our introduction to Cersei Lannister.
Cersei is woken up to be told that her father's been murdered. She realizes she's the last to know, and she thinks everyone there had a part to play in her father's death.
Yeah, everybody did it.
Yep. Oh, and there's a dead whore in the bed.
And there's a dead whore in the bed, yes.
Yes.
Well, we already knew that. But,
yes.
Well, actually, according to Cersei, there's not a dead whore in the bed.
That's true. She was never there.
All right. This one shouldn't take long because there's not really a whole lot going on.
It's one scene.
Yeah, it's literally one scene. And it's a character that... It's all about Cersei's mind.
Yeah.
And Cersei's thought process, which is scary.
It is very scary.
She's an interesting character, but she's terrifying.
Yeah.
My phone hasn't gone off all day.
And now it's going on.
Now it goes.
Oh, you...
Sorry, Mama. You guys, just... Seriously. All right. So, Cersei's enjoying a nice night's sleep.
Nightmare.
Yep, nice night's sleep.
Yeah.
What is she nightmaring about?
She's having a naked nightmare.
Yes.
Which I assume...
Basically,
everybody has at least one of these dreams.
Yeah, so Cersei went to the cafeteria. Turns out she's naked.
Yeah.
And everybody's staring at her.
She's sitting on the throne. She's the queen. Everyone's bowing to her.
Mm-hmm.
You know, everything's going the way she wants. And then all of a sudden Tyrion shows up. And he starts laughing at her, and then everyone else starts laughing at her, and then she realizes she's naked on the throne. She tries to cover herself up, and the throne just basically tries to eat her.
Cuts her apart.
Yeah.
So
she
let's
gets her foot
psychoanalyze
stuck.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Let's psychoanalyze a little bit
Yes,
here.
let's do that.
I get the sense that Cersei wants Tyrion dead so badly because her dream makes me think that he is the only person who can basically show her for who she really is.
I completely agree.
Exposes her.
Because everyone else is dead.
Right.
Because her father's not going to expose her if he survives.
Well, she doesn't know that yet.
Right.
She doesn't know he's dead.
Right.
And
but
certainly Jaime wouldn't do it.
Even alive, he wouldn't expose his children because that would make him look weak.
Right. So
and it would destroy the family name.
So I get just the sense that she's terrified of Tyrion.
Yes.
Because he exposes her for who she really is and what she really is.
Yep. He doesn't take her facade.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah. Rather interesting little... That's, I think, the deepest we get into Cersei's mind. Because everything else that we learn in Cersei's mind is kind of pretty much standard. I should be the inheritor because I was the first, regardless of whether I'm a girl.
Yeah.
You know, the same old song
I'm the
and
son
dance.
he always wanted.
Right. The same old song and dance.
Yeah.
We could have told you about Cersei before we got into Cersei's mind.
Absolutely.
Because she says it out loud in other people's chapters.
Absolutely.
But this time we get to hear it from her mind.
Yes.
So yeah, I think that's the biggest insight we really get, right? And everything else about Cersei we already know.
Right.
We know she hates Tyrion. We're led to believe that it's because he killed her mother and this, that, and the other thing.
She's hated him since he was born, though, because that's what she's told herself her entire life, is he killed her, when in reality she just died in childbirth like so many other people.
Right. And now, not only does she hate him, but we also learn, I think, that she's terrified of it because he exposes her, and she feel much safer in the world with him gone.
Yes.
Which I think is why she's going to take some of the drastic steps she's going to take here in this book, because he's going to be on the run, on the loose, and could possibly do damage to her.
Yes. Absolutely.
At any time.
And her children.
And her children at any time.
Yes.
So, yeah. So be prepared for Cersei to go apeshit.
I'm prepared.
All right. So after her dream, she's woken up.
Yep.
By a couple of guards.
I thought it was by her sleeping partner.
Was it? I thought it was her guards.
Well, the guards are there, but her ladies wake her up.
Right.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Yeah. I wonder if she treats her handmaids the way Daenerys treats hers.
Probably worse. But Cersei's a bitch. Daenerys likes her hands.
Okay. She likes them a lot.
Yes.
But yeah, so guards have come to escort her to the hand of the Tower of the Hand.
Yes.
Not the Hand of the Tower.
Yep.
In the middle of the night.
Dawn-ish.
Yeah. Sky's just turning purplish.
Yep.
So we still got probably an hour till sunrise.
Yep.
Give or take. And
you notice a lot of chapters start at that time frame, like Sansa's last chapter in the book started at the same time frame.
Yep. Well, because back then, right, people didn't have alarm clocks.
Right.
You did your day from sunrise to sundown. You went on your internal clock. You didn't have a clock telling you what time it was.
Right.
You had sundials, which only work, surprise, surprise, during the day when the sun's out.
Right.
So they head on over to the Tower of the Hand, where they bring her to Tywin's quarters. Mm-hmm. Explain to her that he's dead.
He was found by a guardsman who had to go to the bathroom. Yep. And found him. So why was the guard going to use Tywin's privy?
I have a feeling that it's the privy for that, that whole floor. You know what I mean? Yeah. He probably having a personal bathroom at that time was not a thing. There probably was one in the Tower of the Hand. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's the one he would use. Right. It's the one they would all use. Because it's better for him to just go use that than to have to run across the city and leave Tywin unguarded. Right. In order to take a piss. Right. Okay. So that's why. It was just easier to have one giant tunnel or right. Yeah. Having a toilet 90% of buildings at this time didn't have a toilet. So right. Just having one is great. Right. So I can't imagine how crappy it would smell. Literally. Yeah. Yeah. But. So he's got to go take it doesn't say whether it's a 1 or 2, but he's got to go relieve himself. Mm-hmm. And finds Tywin. In the bathroom. Yep. They've since brought him back to his bed. Yeah, but they didn't treat him well. Yeah, so, they didn't mistreat him. They brought him back. They didn't pull out the arrows so that they could cover him. They didn't cover him. Right, so he's just laying there dead with his bits and pieces hanging out. Yep. They explained to her that whoever killed him came through a secret panel behind the hearth. Yes, because she's like, how did he get past you guys? Yep, and they tell her that Jaime has gone down to see where it leads. Yeah, even though Jaime already knows where it leads. Yes. Jaime. Well, we won't get into that, because he doesn't mention that this time. No, he doesn't. So Jaime's already... And that's when she realizes, holy fuck, every fucking person in the goddamn city knows except for me. Yep, because Pycelle was there and gone. Yep, Pycelle was already there and gone, yeah. So now one thing that does happen in this chapter, which is going to have consequences for lots of people going forward, is Cersei makes a new friend. Qyburn. Yes. Yeah. Half Maester Qyburn. Yes. So she's looking for somebody to basically cover Tywin up, right? Take out the arrow so that his dressing gown can be pulled back down. Yeah, so his nuts aren't showing. Right, and she can't find a Maester, so Qyburn's like, I'm not a Maester because, they took away my chain, but I can do that for you if you'd like. You didn't take my knowledge, is what he said. I was the one who treated your brother's hand. Yep. And so she's like, okay, fine, whatever, so go ahead. So they have started their budding relationship. Yes. Fun for lots of people going forward. And this whole while, in her head, she feels like she's unnaturally calm, but anything she says is not calm at all. Yeah, I have a feeling, right, she is literally walking around this room, speaking to people at 100,000 miles a minute. Yes. To the point where they can't understand. Yeah. She's probably making zero sense because it's going to be all fragmented shit. Yeah. That is all discombobulated. In her mind it makes sense, but everybody else is probably looking at her like, oh my god, she's fucking gone bonkers.
Well, a lot of women tend to do that in grief.
Just a lot of people, period, tend to do that.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. I have a feeling she's not making any sense to anybody.
Right.
And so they tell her, oh yeah, Jaime went down the stairs. Why don't you go ahead after him and get the fuck out of our way, little girl? Like, essentially, that's the way people are treating her, is let the men handle the situation. Even
though she feels like she's in charge of the situation.
Right. I don't get it.
Yeah.
No.
Well, she even said in the chapter that she's now, like, the only, other than her children, she's the woman, the lady of, I was going to say Pride Rock, Casterly Rock.
Right, so, well, that's an interesting thing, right? So, Jaime can't inherit because he's a member of the Kingsguard. Yep. Tyrion no longer can inherit because he's escaped justice for murdering a king and now murdered Tywin. Yes. Which Cersei's the only one who correctly figures out who actually did this. Yes. Nobody else has figured that out yet.
Yep, because she did send guards down to make sure he was still in his cell.
But it's for no reason. Right, like, she only thinks that because she hates Tyrion, because she had this nightmare about him 10 minutes ago. Absolutely. She has no valid reason for thinking it was him. Yep. Her mind just goes, horrible thing happened, must be Tyrion.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, so
she's right, but for the wrong reasons.
Correct. So, the same thing with Catelyn Stark.
Yes. When
she's like, right about certain things, but wrong about, like, the overall picture type of thing. But acts anyway. Yeah. So, but yeah. So essentially, they're all just like, everybody there's just let us do our thing. Like, you know, we got it.
She's like, no, this is my responsibility. He's my father. You all fucked up by letting me be the last to know. Right. And I'm the son he wished he never had. Or I'm the son he never had. Right. And all this stuff that's going through her head's like, you're really delusional.
Oh, yeah. And she thinks that she now is going to be the lady of Casterly Rock, who's in charge. Yes. And it's like, no. Like...
That's Tommen.
No. Well, technically, yes. Right. But most likely... Kevin. Yes. Would be essentially the one to sit the seat, because Tommen has to rule the kingdom. Yes. So he would need somebody in the West, and that would be Kevin. Uncle Kevin. So essentially, their line of Lannisters has lost Casterly Rock at this. Yes. Because Jaime won't inherit, Tyrion can't.
And Cersei's a girl. And so Tommen's king.
And Tommen's a king. Yep. So it's Kevin and his line now. Yep. That are essentially in power. Yep. But also she doesn't quite get that. Nope. But then she also...
She goes like, oh good, he can't force me to marry anyone.
Right. And she correctly identifies who should be the new hand of the king.
Jaime.
No.
Kevin.
Because she knows Jaime won't do it.
Right. Well, she told Jaime he needs to do it. Right. But we'll get to that.
Right. But he's not going to.
Right.
That's not going to happen. He's. Yeah. You can't. I think you can't be the Kingsguard
and the King's hand
and the hand at the same time. Yeah. It doesn't really work. So.
She has a million thoughts running through her mind at once. Like
all of which are like, I just think of inside of her mind as she's starting to come to these realizations, like not even after Tommen doesn't need me as the regent, I'm gonna be a powerful lady. Okay, I just see I see what's her face from the Lord of the Rings, the good elf lady,
Gwendolyn,
Kate Blanchett.
Yeah, something.
Anyway,
the Lady of the Woods.
Yeah,
or the forest.
When Frodo offers her the ring and she turns into this rage monster. Yeah, that's just what I picture is going off in Cersei's head. It's like, I'd be beautiful and all powerful. I just figure that's the way she's thinking. Yeah, yeah.
Reading it, I was like, is this what my brain is doing all the time when I've got a million things running through my brain at once? Right.
It makes sense to you. But if you were to tell somebody about your stream of consciousness, they'd be like, the fuck?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you do that when I'm randomly texting you random shit throughout the day.
Just back to work. I let 4 messages come in. Good to go. But yeah, so she does go down the secret stair.
She does?
Oh no, Jaime comes back.
Yeah, Jaime comes back because when he's trying to come back, she is trying to send the kettlebacks out that secret door with Shay's body wrapped in blankets so that nobody can see.
Right, because she finally realizes that Shay is there. Yes. She's been staring at her naked father this whole time, and all these things playing in her head, letting her realize there's a second body in this
Yeah.
pit. And
when she finds out Shay's there, she absolutely fucking loses it.
Right. She's like, well, obviously he couldn't have been fucking her. She's a whore. He doesn't do whores. So obviously he was questioning her about Sansa's
Yeah, I think that was
whereabouts.
Qyburn's idea.
Milady, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Again, this Qyburn guy is very good.
Yes.
At tickety-talking in people's ears. He's
and
Littlefinger level talking to Cersei.
Yeah. So he's pissed that there's a whore in his bed because when he found out that when Tywin's father was cheating on his wife and he died of a heart attack, he found the mistress walking around in his mother's dress.
Yes.
And had a bunch of her belongings. So he, stripped her naked and forced her to walk around the town for, 2 weeks, completely naked, and swore up and down, he'd never touched another woman when his wife died.
Right.
Bullshit.
Yeah, exactly. And I guarantee he's been banging whores on the regular.
Oh, yeah, but it's Tywin. He keeps it on the DL.
He's at least smart about it, right?
Yeah.
And he keeps it quiet enough that nobody talks about it.
Yeah.
So, not like Jaime and Cersei where everybody talks about it.
Yeah.
It's like the complete opposite.
Yeah. But now there's a dead whore in his head, and it's Shay.
Well, according to Cersei, there's not.
Yeah. But she's got the gold hand necklace embedded in her neck.
Yes.
Her face is completely black.
Not a good end for Shay.
No.
Not a good end for Shay or Tywin, really.
Shay kind of just...
Oh, yeah. I mean, so...
If she's...
You have to wonder how badly she was threatened.
Right.
By Cersei.
Well, the only thing we get from Cersei is that the last time Cersei had seen Shay had come to see about a promise that Cersei had made her about having a house and marrying a knight.
Right.
And so she said, well, you're not getting any of that till you tell me where Sansa is. Well, Shay can't tell her where Sansa is because Shay had no idea.
Right.
So Shay didn't get anything from her, and she left crying.
Yep.
So that's all we got from
yeah.
Cersei.
Well, that's what I mean. So I have a feeling that Cersei used carrot and stick to get Shay to flip on Tyrion. Essentially, look, he's going to go down for this no matter what. You don't have to go down with him. Either you're involved in his plot and you're going to die too, or you're not. You're going to tell us how bad he is, and then I'll find a knight for you and give you a house. I have a feeling that that's basically the offer that Shay got.
Right.
And at that point, I can't really blame her for that. Right. Because the only other option was her dying.
Right.
For something she didn't.
Oh, like Tyrion was going to do.
Right. Now, fucking Tyrion's father is a different story.
Unless...
I don't feel sorry for her being killed by Tyrion in that situation.
Right.
Because I think he acted like a lot of people would.
Yes.
So, in that case, I think she got what she...
Right. Now, if... your theory about her stands true and she is a sand snake, I think she could have fought that off.
It's not my theory.
Well, somebody's theory.
Right.
I think she could have put up more of a... And from
It's possible unless she didn't think he'd actually do it.
Right. Well, I also think because in the last chapter we had about the captain of the guards, there was only one sand snake who was not in Dorne. 2? Mm-hmm. I thought there was only one.
Nope, there's 2.
And that was Sorella.
No, there was a couple that weren't there.
Okay, the only one they mentioned was Sorella.
The only one that they mentioned was Sorella. We've seen her before.
Supposedly. Right.
Confirmed that that's who that is. So, yeah, like I said when we talked about that, I don't know how true that is. It's interesting to think about.
Right.
But I definitely don't subscribe to that 100%.
Okay.
And it doesn't matter because Shay's gone.
Yeah.
She's a goner. Never to be mentioned again.
Right.
So when Jaime finally gets back...
Yeah.
Cersei has also gotten the news that Tyrion is out of his cell.
Yes.
He's gone.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Now she's in total breakdown mode.
Breakdown, panic, the world is
coming
skies
to an
falling
end.
mode. Yeah. Jaime doesn't really give a shit about consoling her all that much.
Nope.
At this point.
Nope. She hugs him. And then she says, you have to be the hand now. I can just imagine her, she's shaking him, saying, you have to be the hand. You have to do this for me and Tommen. And he said he was not going to be the hand. And he said it loudly enough for everyone. Mm-hmm. And then he made some kind of insult about her, about she's grief-stricken. And that's why she's being the way she is. So she slapped him. Yeah.
Meanwhile, in Jaime's mind, he's probably going over Kettle Black and what's his name and probably Moon Boy 2 for all I know.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, most likely that's playing in Jaime's head.
Yeah.
As she's sitting there wanting him to console her.
Yeah.
So she rightly then, for that, figures out... She does at least get one thing right this chapter in that...
2 things.
Well, so she decides on who needs to be there, if not Jaime.
Right. She knows who killed him, but doesn't know the real reason why.
Right. She just happens to...
And then she realizes somebody's missing from this party.
Yes. So the first thing is she realizes that Uncle Kevin now should
Yep.
the only logical choice. It can't be a Tyrell.
Yes. She doesn't trust anyone
Nope.
now.
She doesn't trust anybody outside the family. And even some people in the family.
Yep.
But she knows one thing. Uncle Kevin wouldn't do wrong by Tywin.
Yes.
Not a chance of that.
Right.
So then she figures out that somebody is missing. And who's that?
Lord Varys.
Varys is
The
nowhere
Master
to
of
be found.
Whispers, who's normally everywhere when something bad happens, was not there.
Yeah. Always has information. Always is around. Always knows before anybody else what's happening. Nobody can find him.
Nope.
He's not in the room.
No.
Jaime didn't see him down walking around the tunnels.
Nope.
Where could he be?
Did he run away with Tyrion?
Oh, well, I would say that it would be smart if he, right, 'cause think of the people who would have the opportunity to get Tyrion out of his cell.
Lord Varys.
That's it.
Yeah.
Literally, that's it.
Well, Jaime could too.
Well, him and Jaime did it together.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
So that is, I don't think he's safe in King's Landing anymore.
Right.
If he stays.
Yeah.
Too many bad things have
And
happened.
that's a secret he doesn't think he could keep.
Right.
Probably.
So like, right, his life basically relies on him having information that people need that they then reward him handsomely for.
Yes.
This is 2 things that have happened now that he hasn't had the information to stop. Right. The murder of Joffrey.
Yep.
And now the murder of Tywin and Tyrion's escape. And for somebody who always knows everything, those are 2 pretty big slip-ups to not
Yeah,
know
how
anything
did he
about.
not know about Joffrey going to be murdered? Or
It wouldn't surprise me
right.
if he knew about that
Let it play.
and just let it play out. Because I think that, right, so the one thing we hear from him is that he has the realm's best interest in mind.
Absolutely.
And so if that's the case,
Then
he would think Joffrey is the worst possible king to have.
absolutely.
And would certainly not stop a plot
No.
because he knows how much better Tommen is.
Right.
So
Like everyone else does.
basically, everybody but Cersei realizes that.
Even Cersei said it. Tommen's
Yeah.
not as hard as
Right.
Joffrey.
Right.
He's softer, but he's also, what, 8?
Right. He also wasn't... So he wasn't raised with the expectation of being the king, right?
Right.
He wasn't that spoiled. Like, yes, he's spoiled, but not spoiled with the knowledge that when he's an adult, he's going to be like supreme arbiter of everything. Like essentially
Right.
God on earth.
Yeah.
So he never had that expectation growing up.
Right.
Which...
I still think the way like Ned taught Jon and Rob that if you've got 2 little princes, you teach them both the same, just in case.
Well, but remember, Robert just never spent any time with the boys.
Right.
And, I mean, they weren't his anyway.
Right.
So, you know...
I think Robert knew that on
I think on some
level.
we've talked about that before.
Yeah.
I think on some level he knew that the boys weren't, that the kids weren't his.
but he couldn't bring it up. 'Cause
Absolutely
that would
not,
bring
because it would break his line and
Yeah.
he would look weak
Yep.
if his wife, the queen, had cucked him that and given birth to children from another
Yeah,
guy.
even though he's got base-born
everywhere.
children everywhere.
Yeah, when I think of those kids, I just think of the 3 children from Ender, right? The siblings.
Yeah, the 2 brothers and sister.
Yeah, Peter, the older brother,
Yeah.
the younger brother, the 3rd one, and then the sister.
Yeah.
And how they're kind of like, you know, they're like the Goldilocks children, right? One's too hard, one's too soft, one's kind of like right in the middle and just right.
Yep.
So that's the kind of the way I think of them. So I don't even think Tommen is the right one.
No, I think Marcella would do it.
Marcella's probably the proper one. But,
yeah.
But I don't think we're going to have to worry about Baratheon for too much longer. So
Yeah, because, well, we haven't had a Baratheon on the throne for a while.
Well, technically we do. Their names are Baratheon.
Right.
So, but we're going to have some Targaryens coming back soon. So,
right.
Not the one everybody's waiting for.
Right.
Personally, go Fagon.
I haven't met Fagon yet.
Go Fagon. Fagon.
I have not met Fagon.
We miss anything that you want to talk about still?
No, I think I got it all.
Yeah, I think we covered pretty much everything. Interesting chapter.
Yeah.
interesting dive into Cersei's mind. I didn't realize how quick this book's going to go. Like, it's still a really thick book,
Yeah.
but it's got long chapters.
Yeah.
So there's only like 45 chapters in this book. So we're going to be done with this book in like a few months, a couple months, like by beginning of summer.
Right, yeah.
And then we're on to A Dance with Dragons, which is about twice as many chapters. But then after that, we need Winds of Winter.
Yeah.
We're not going to have any chapters to talk about except for the pre-release ones.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to have to get on George's case again about getting that book out to us.
Yeah, because he's going to listen to us.
We've got about a year before we absolutely need it. Maybe a little bit more than a year. All right. Do you know what the next chapter?
It's Brienne.
Brienne 1. Yes. The first Brienne chapter. We need to give this chapter a title.
I was thinking Delirium.
Delirium.
Don't do that. What did you have in mind?
I like Delirium.
You like Delirium?
Delirium's...
Okay. Did you have an idea, though?
Yep. But I like yours.
What was it?
Doesn't matter.
'Cause
Oh, it was my teacher.
Oh.
Because Cersei reminded me of the Mad Hatter.
Yeah.
Like an awful lot.
I like Delirium better.
Yeah, I do too. That's why I said... Because you have to get that mind.
Yeah.
Requires some explanation if you don't catch on to it like that. So, all right.
Yeah, this is not the Boston Tea Party.
No, wrong tea party. Wrong tea party. Yeah, Mad Hatter's tea party.
And it's not the other kind of tea party either. The
political
tea
party?
Yeah.
Yeah, the tea party. All right. Thank you, listeners.
Yes, thank you, guys.
Thank you, patrons. You guys are fucking amazing,
Yep.
as always. Let's see. If you want to catch up on the show, learn how to support the show, learn how to subscribe, where to subscribe, any of that good stuff, just head over to our website, iceandfirepod.com. Again, hit us up on the YouTube. All the new episodes are going up there in video form, as well as all the old ones. So we're releasing old episodes onto video every day, and then on the same day that they release in audio, the video version of the new episodes are premiering as well. So there's new videos going up every day on the YouTube. So
Keeping busy.
give us a like on the YouTube channel. We would super appreciate that.
Yep.
Really helps out with that. Other than that, we will catch you guys again on Tuesday
Tuesday.
with Brienne. Goodbye.
Bye.